It's funk time. And we hit send on that tweet. Hell yeah. I have 8 Twitter notifications. I'm not gonna bother checking those right now, because I honestly just got up. So let's get that. I've got 5 already. Stream checklist taken care of. So, I'll be honest, I didn't actually decide on what I would be working on this morning at all yet. I'm thinking I can either work on commissions or I can work on new Twitch buttons. So I think I'll at least start out working on commissions. So, yeah. Oh, never mind. I know that counter's not on the starting soon stream, but in that case, yeah, I grabbed my pen, and I guess we start my VTuber, since my VTuber already broke. Oh, what a start to a Monday stream. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Damn, I added new tunes and these are absolute bops. So, yes. I'm hoping these are good DMCA-wise. YouTube said they were fine DMCA-wise for Twitch. So, we're gonna find out if they are. Okie dokie. So, minimize that. And now I'm looking up here. It's gonna default to right here. Means when I look here, I'm looking at the screen. And when I look here, I'm looking at the art. Heck yeah. Okay. So, I have my drawing tablet, the pen plugged in, but it looks like it's not doing shit. So I'm gonna take the time to plug my charger in. That is the PS4. That's the PS4 dollar charger. Tablet charger's open, so I'll be right over. Alrighty. Okay, I've grabbed the charger for my drawing tablet. It does this occasionally where the stylus is just like, nah, let's not work. We're not gonna do it. And so, pardon if my mic twists around a little bit while I do this. Got a little bit of limited space to plug in cables. Every once in a while, my drawing tablet does a weird thing where I need to plug my stylus in to charge, and it and then it just works perfectly, completely and utterly perfectly. So there it is. Okie dokie. Move over to the streaming screen. Welcome. Welcome to the stream screen. Let me make sure my microphone is facing me this time. There we go. And yeah, you can all see I was up to some art. Got the flat colors done. What says that it's next on my to-do list today as far as that shading? So, I know I don't need to fit exactly in the order of my to-do list, but looks like we are shading Oz first. That's what we're gonna do. Also, don't mind the weird textures on the screen over here. I've been working on my new Vtuber in my free time, so yeah. I did it again. And also my throat died. Hello, Domus Mephistos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Super cool to see you here. Do you have a nickname that you prefer I call you? Let's get L open so I can copy these. Okay. Also, I apologize if there's a bit of stream delay. I have pretty terrible internet. Just dull is fine? Alrighty, cool. It's awesome to have you here. Oh, I'm still waiting on Photoshop to load up. My laptop is a little angry. How am I? I am a little sleepy. I had a hectic weekend because I was visiting my partner's family for one of their birthdays. And then, of course, I stayed up late because there was D&D last night. But otherwise, I'm pretty good. A little toasty because I don't have an air conditioner in my room yet. How are you doing? Oh, Photoshop, are we already starting off doing this? I don't need that, but that shouldn't. Oh, okay, Photoshop is just being weird. Oh. Folder. Let's do over here so I have the same colors. And we need to delete that clipping mask because it's wrong. It's incorrect. Bad clipping mask. Got that line art. And let's add to the selection. Go. Patch any holes that I missed while I was doing flat colors. Right there. One right here. It's real summery here. I just got dressed in the cutest fluffy skirt. Oh, that sounds adorable. That's so cool. I've never been too much of a skirt person myself, but I can absolutely respect a fluffy skirt. There we go. It's gotta be nice to get to start wearing summer clothing. I am a bum who's just like, no, all my cool jackets and things and like cosplays, they're all warm. So yeah, that's always an interesting time. I can these layers because I don't really need them yet. Beat that. I haven't done any art yet today, so this is my warm-up. It's just jumping straight into working on this commission. Let's get my perspective to help me figure out the light source. Bring that back over a little bit bigger. That's not what I wanted. Photoshop, come on. Photoshop! I thought I only fought with you on Wednesdays. I used to dislike skirts, but I totally turned around and I prefer to wear a skirt or dress around these days. That's super cool! Yeah. I like dressy shirts that are like long like a skirt. Those are really cute. Partially because they're just so light and flowy. But that's cool. Maybe I'll grow into it one day. I have no idea. There we go. Given the choice, I would probably dress like a video game protagonist if I had the money and or the confidence to do so. Let's turn gradient off. Smoothing on. Here we go. Because I love the look of like a really cool jacket with like a cool pattern. But that's me. Smoothing up just a little bit. Too much smooth. Go. Actually, I think I'm gonna be a bum and block this in with the shape because I'm not really. Brain's not there. Hey, 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜! Thanks for the lurk. That's super nice of you. I also dress a bit less normal and a bit less mature sometimes, I guess. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I would dress like really cool and whatnot, but I'm a college student, so spending money on fashion is not really a high priority for me. And also these days it's like, oh, who am I going to see? Oh, I'm gonna go see my partner. Wow. Alright, let's get this selected. Okay, select, modify, expand by 2 pixels, not 8 pixels. Holy moly, that would be bad if that was expanded by 2 pixels. Oh god. That would not be good. And, okay. Now we'll just block this in. Understandable. Yeah. Yeah. I look at cool fashions and I'm like, oh, I want it. But then I don't. Also for stuff like streaming, it's like, oh, I don't want to show my face. So it's like, wow, I wouldn't even be showing it to people on Twitch. So, yeah. Here we go. That seems good enough. I can work with this. Rather than me using my brain to work through the shading. Actually, I wasn't sure what I wanted to work on today on stream. I was talking about that a little bit when I started, but I was kind of between either working on missions or working on new like buttons for the about page, because there's still my old like overlay and branding. I just haven't had a chance to change them over ever since I was like, no, I'm fed up with my layout, I'm changing it right now. I'm wearing a fluffy 7-layer white cupcake skirt slash petticoat, a bit above my knee, white knee socks with small bows on a top underneath, and a frilled black silk blouse with puffy sleeves and a white bow clip to my hair. Oh, thank you for following, Ghoul! Oh, that outfit sounds so cute! Oh, that sounds absolutely adorable. S. I'm not sure if it leans more like Lolita fashion or more, dark academia, but if I picture either, they both sound absolutely wonderful. So, yay! Yay, yay, yay! It's so cool to have you here. Oh, that's the magic eraser. I don't want the magic eraser. Let's not do that. That would be real awkward. This shaded ink. Then I guess, yeah, we'll start painting these again. I need higher smoothing. My brain cannot do it. My brain cannot do the smoothing. It makes me feel like a princess. Wow. But maybe it's too much little girl, if you know what I mean. I mean, honestly, whatever. If you don't feel like... I mean, dress however feels good to you, you know? If it doesn't make you feel like a small child, unless you want to feel like a small child, I mean, whatever, I'm not here to judge. But, yeah. It's Lolita inspired, and the skirt is very much Lolita, but the entire outfit isn't, if that makes sense. Yeah! Yeah! I always, oh god, I look at like Lolita fashion and I'm like, god, it's so cute. It's so cute, and I want to draw it, but I don't. I do not have the money to draw it, and oh my god, all the time it would take to draw all those ruffles and bows. And again, I already do pretty detailed art, so I suppose I don't really have any room to complain about it. Also, I think I just wouldn't have any place to store all the outfits. I only own like 4 very small cosplays, and I like kind of struggle to store them. Go this. Let's get that in over there. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Lower the opacity if it's just a little bit. Whoops, typo. I love all ruffles, frills, and bows. Oh yeah, they're absolutely adorable. Oh my goodness. They're so fun to draw, but they take so long too. Alright, there we go. Given the choice, like me personally, I would walk around in like leather armor. Just, you know, that's what I would do. But one, that's a lot less socially acceptable than like a totally cute fancy outfit. Unless I'm at the Ren Fair. And like, you know, I only own like one fake leather tunic that I got for a Halloween costume. But yeah. At least I get to wear it during fair season for work, since that's kind of my job then. I own an Alice style dress that I love to wear as well, that a friend sewed for me. Oh, that sounds lovely. You know what? You would love to hang out with Scarlet Kitty. She's probably still asleep right now, knowing her sleep schedule. But I'd love to hang out and chat with her, because she does she used to do all sorts of sewing and currently does crochet work. You'd look awesome though. Thanks. Thank you. I might in the future start investing in getting like some clothes that kind of low-key look like armor. That way I can get away with wearing them out. Can we just normalize people wearing cool clothes of like all sorts of different fashion styles? That would be awesome. I would love to see that. Yeah. The problem is I always want to give off like cool badass person vibes, but I just have like a stupidly round face, and also I cannot like be mysterious and brooding for the life of me. Which is probably part of why I like wearing armor around, but whatever. That's just me being totally different from the types of characters I like in shows and the types of characters I like to draw. Here we go. Paint this shadow in. Ooh, sounds wonderful. And yeah, it's totally designed to match Alice, her dress, her dress in my size. That's so cool. God, I haven't watched Disney's Alice in Wonderland in ages. I kind of stopped watching Disney movies for fun because one of my professors at school used to work at Disney, so it's kind of a case of I would see it all the time in class. But I should get back to watching more classic Disney movies. Alice in Wonderland was one of my favorites. Obviously, knowing me, I'm biased towards the Tim Burton one because I love Tim Burton. But also, Alice gets to swing a sword in that one and wear armor. She has even made the exact same dress she sewed her 7-year daughter in my side, and she was over the moon. We were wearing matching dresses. Oh, that sounds adorable. Who I see? Yeah. Go. That sounds so insanely adorable. Go, we'll get that in. True. I apologize if I miss things, or if I seem like I'm not getting the context just because of the stream lag. But I will do my best to keep up and to remember. There we go. Get this going. Yeah, we've got that going. It's going. Wow, I'm just saying. You can tell my brain goes into slight autopilot when I start doing drawing stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is how I shade this. Go. That feels like that's too much of a gap right there. Let me just pull this apart a little. There we go. Oh, that was an email. Heard that notification. Let me mute that. Do not disturb 2 hours. There we go. I always forget that I need to turn that off. Oh, we were dressed alike, and my friend enjoyed taking pictures of her 2 little girls. Haha, and don't worry about the delay. Yay! Yeah, that sounds so sweet. Yeah, I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't really have any small kiddos around that I could twin with. So it's like, oh, how would they twin with me anyway? Yeah, there we go. Get the shading in on here. I'm glad the delay isn't too much of a problem. It's just one of those things where it's like either I have good stream quality and unbearable delay, or I have kind of okay stream quality and some delay. It was lots of fun. Yeah, it sure sounds like it was fun. That sounds so cool. Let me just go like this. If I can just kind of manually paint that. Yeah. Oh, I need to get the shadows in for this. That's what I'm missing. I need to actually go and paint shadows. I'm a fool. I get way into shading hair. Like, no matter what style of shading I'm doing, I just get way into shading hair. It's inevitable. It's like one of my favorite things to draw. So do you have any, like, fun new outfits planned, or do you kind of just do, like, fashion as a hobby? Cool. There we go. Get that shade in. Yeah. Alright. Sweet. It's definitely needs more shading. That cannot just sit there, not shade it. That goes right there. Okay. This definitely shadow right here. Oh, that's not good. There we go. I'm debating if I should change the counter to the amount of times I say there we go. That would be... Ah, goodness. I have some things that are just like default phrases. I'm like an NPC sometimes. I just kind of default to saying the same nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Yeah. So that seems like it's... Oh, I almost forgot to shade up eyebrows. Ooh. And the eyelids. How could I just miss that? Let's see. What else? Okay, that goes there. Oh goodness, I cannot wait to post summary from last night's D&D campaign, D&D session onto my Instagram stories because we had a very hectic session. Oh god, there was combat, there was players. We had a new player join, and had one player who wasn't there the previous week come back on an absolute shit show. It was such a mess. I'm thinking about maybe going for a very, very full dress with ruffles and bows all around the skirt hem, frills all across the bodice, puffy gathered sleeves, and a huge sash bow, like something very, very girly. Oh, that sounds adorable! It sounds so cute. I would love to see that. Very, very full dress. So would it be like a long dress, all the way to the floor, or just like to the knees or something? Let's go all the way down. Yeah, that seems correct. That should go there. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. That to go there. Ass shot. That sleeve. I think that collar have a lot of light on it as well, actually. Yeah. There we go. That seems a lot more correct. This shaded. Yeah. Alright. That's in. That's basically that, which pretty much will just stay in shadow. This in. Oh my goodness, the smoothing is so high on that now that my wrist has gotten warmed up. It does, right? And I was thinking knee length because it would look so cute, and as I said, I tend to wear more little girl style dresses. Long dresses can be gorgeous though. Yeah! Yeah. I was thinking knee length, but I was like, oh, that would also be adorable if it was, I guess, yeah, a longer dress would be slightly less adorable. Maybe I'm just thinking of, like, Queen Arnhem from Bloodborne. Or, like, long dress. But, yeah. I'm also biased towards, like, long flowy fabric, because it's really fun to draw. So, yeah. This going. Alright. Got the fabric shaded. Just a little bit. Sweet. Oh man. This is making me want to like draw one of those big frilly dresses. Like I have so much other art that I should be doing, but now I want to draw a big frilly dress. Look what you've done, doll. Alrighty. Ooh, and I like matching knee socks with bow. Mary Jane shoes and cute matching bows in my hair. Oh! Yeah, I used to have, like, some very, very cheap Mary Janes. They were not the best quality, but those are always nice. Oh man, I love knee socks. It's so hard for me to get knee socks that fit because I'm tall. You're sorry? I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't... Oh no. Oh no! I I hope I didn't say something that made it seem like I was mad at you. You're all good. Oh, I heard like a ping in the music and I thought it was like a notification. Oh goodness. That would be... man, that would be awkward. But let's get this to have this here. Yeah. Shade that in. Unshade that. Unshade that, dang it! There we are. Let's get this hand shade. Oh god, I need to figure out... so that's definitely non-shadow. That's also definitely shadow. Make these up. No, I'm sorry I made you want to wear a frilly dress, and I'm sorry for dropping all this on you, by the way. No! Oh, goodness. No, it's totally fine. Every once in a while, I like to wear really girly or really fancy stuff. It's kind of like a, you know, every once in a while thing, and if I choose to do it. It's totally fine that you're dropping all this on me. I don't feel like you're really, like, dropping anything too heavy. I mean, part of me hanging out on Twitch is to make sure I have, make sure I spend time doing art stuff instead of being lazy on a Monday morning. And also because I like chatting with people. I'm very bad at making internet friends, so this is my nice way of making internet friends, I guess. So, it's totally fine. You are 100% good, Duel. No wrongs were committed. Besides, getting to chat about stuff like fashion is fun because that gives me like new stuff that I can try to draw. And, you know, learning about new stuff is good. Alrighty, I am going to take a moment to take a sip of water. You think it would be okay to put my hair in pigtails, or would that be too much? I don't know. I feel like in like cosplays it's good, but that feels like it would be a little too much. I always like big braids. Like a big loose braid would be really cute, I think. Because it's a case of, like, pigtails are either walking the line between, like, child or Harley Quinn, usually. I don't want to shade it here. How do you shade a hand? Right, I'll keep it flowy. My thoughts exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Go this in here. And let's get more shading. So this, that would be in shadow there. Then this would highlight of that. Sweet. Okay, when I don't know what I'm doing with shading, I just kind of resort to doing this big old blocky method where I ignore all the details and just try to get the overall shapes right. It's kind of like a falling back on drawing fundamentals of blocking in basic shapes. So, whatever works. I actually, this weekend, when I was visiting with my partner's family, we had a little bit of downtime, so I started doing some drawing, and I was trying to draw a character that was a dragonborn. Oh, I need to go get something. I'll be lurky for a bit. Alrighty, I'll see you whenever you come back. So, I'll be happy to keep chatting whenever you get back. But I was, talk about the drawing I did. So I posted a work in progress of it in the server, and I'll actually pull it up, because I posted it last night in the D&D channel. But I was working on drawing a dragon, and I was absolutely struggling to draw the head. So I had to stop and like completely draw in like the box for the head in perspective. Oh goodness, it was a mess. Zoom this out, and then what if I just go like this? Am I permitted to zoom in like this? No, I'm not permitted to zoom in like this, so we're just gonna go like that. But you can actually see like along here where I drew the box in, and then I extended it out for the snout, and then I drew the halfway mark to figure out where the top of the snout would be, and then I connected these in. It was very silly how much work went into trying to draw this head, this dragon skull, in perspective. Oh goodness. But yeah, there's that, and then the drawing kept going after that. I only meant to draw the head, but then I kind of, you know, just had like the rest of the page there. So I just went and just, you know, drew the rest of the body and the scale mail, which was an absolute nightmare because it's scale mail, of course. The only way to get a scale mail drawn correctly in perspective is to just kind of draw it. And I was working traditionally, so I kind of needed to just, you know, work, just draw them all. I couldn't just sit there and draw it with symmetry and then duplicate it and build basically a whole flat texture to perspective warp. So that was a fun adventure, trying to draw scale mail in perspective manually. Because I will fully admit, as a digital artist, I tend to cheat like textures like that rather than drawing them myself entirely. I'll just draw them flat and then perspective warp. Which I suppose that comes from kind of my experience with video games and my interest in making them. Of basically creating flat textures and then mapping them to the object. I remembered to hit send on that stream server, right? Okay, I did. Sweet. Should also get rid of my getting ready to stream. Oh, that's already gone. Sweet. Cool, I know how to do things. Alright. This is in. I think let's get the chest blocked in here. That shadow in. This shadow in. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, this is actually coming along pretty nicely for being the first thing I've done today as far as art goes. I am pretty happy with how this is coming along. Oh, I know 𝐃𝐢𝐬 is lurking, but I should ask her about, like, kind of about panels I should have. Or just go stalk other streamers that I follow and be like, what kind of layouts do they have and what do I like? What am I going to steal for myself? There we go. I know I definitely need to redo my about panels. I just need to figure out how I want to redo them. Because I feel like they should include more drawing on them, but I also don't really want to. I should probably make some sort of like a mini collage with my art just so that people can see what I draw. So that'll probably be something that I work on. But alas, I do have other things to work on today, and Stream Labels doesn't really have a deadline, so I'm not gonna stress about getting that done. Actually, let's just this. I can manually paint this in. That goes right there. Yeah. And this is right here. Oh goodness, I want to talk about the Leaked On session, but since I haven't posted the notes, I feel like I can't spoil it. I suppose I can tell people a little bit about, like, the new characters that we had join. But we didn't really— Char's not new. He just came back from being away. So it's good to have Char back. That's an interesting time, because he's now his character is just starting to stumble upon the, oh wow, being a hero is a lot of responsibility. I don't know if I want all that responsibility type of thing. And, I mean, if my character Draper wasn't, like, if it wasn't Char, my character Draper would just be like, yeah, what did you expect? Why do you think I don't really care about trying to be a hero? Being a hero is a lot of work. But it's Char, and Draper can't stand to be mean to Char, so she ended up comforting him at the end of the session, being like, it's all chill. It's all chill. And she'll probably want to talk to him more about it later. 𝐿𝐸𝐻. But as for our new player that we had join, my friend who was Jaren in Brass Coin and Blood is playing a Dragonborn Paladin named Callahan. And yes, he's a Dragonborn Paladin just like Keen is. And Callahan is Keen's brother. So that's an interesting and fun time that we've got going. I love the dynamics between it. Also, it's just really funny because the last time I needed to introduce a player late to my campaign because they decided they wanted to join, it was, I proposed to that player character of them playing Luther's brother because they wanted to also play a tiefling from 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐵. And I was like, wait a minute, that's exactly what Luther is. Yeah. So, there's that lovely, lovely adventure. Yeah, here we go. Just shading in. This is a completely different subject, but since I'm just kind of rambling thoughts out of my brain, I'm thinking about changing my Monday stream to be a bit later in the day, either making it 2 p.m. Like my other streams, or just pushing it back like an hour or two. I kind of want to talk to people, figure out what they'd prefer, because I know I like having this slightly earlier stream because I know I have people from totally whack time zones that when I normally stream, it's like midnight for them. Like, oh, but I like hanging out and chatting with them. So, yeah. Here's that. Okay, this is it. I don't like that being more shaded in. Yeah, I liked how shaded in this was. I had. What is this tune with these snaps? The heck? Waiting for a sick bass line to come in. There's a oh my goodness, this song. Holy crap. This is a bop. What am I listening to? More funky Nintendo music. I'm feeling like more Nintendo music. So, yeah, there we go. There we go. I hope folks do not mind that I have added a slightly wider variety of types of tunes, because I don't always want to listen to poppy Nintendo music. So, yeah. This in sweet. This in hell yeah. Feel like I know that's totally vertical, but I want to put more into it so badly. I want to give it another highlight. Alright, fine, I've done it. Fine, I've done it. Alright, let's get that wrapped in. Sweet. Sweet. This here. We'll go like that. Yeah, that works. There we go. That works. I dig. Dig. There we go. The shading in here. Alright, sweet. Cool. There's that. Alright, awesome. Awesome. Okie dokie. And I see what people think about planning your content for streams. I should sit down and plan more stuff to talk about. Oh, you know what I have been doing? I have been, I rewatched some of Trigun in the background, so that's a fun time. Still one of my favorite animes, for sure. I don't like when the plot sort of gets a little wibbly near the end and they do a weird time skip. Like, it feels very rushed to make the plot make sense, which I understand because the manga is a lot longer than the anime, and they did that because they still wanted to give it, like, a good ending. Which, the ending of the manga is really good, from what I can tell. I've never actually finished it. But, it's like, oh man. Oh man. Let's see. That... Yeah, so that's part of what I've been watching. I've also been watching Great British Bake Off in the background of things, because I can just not pay attention while I'm like drawing stuff, and every once in a while I hear a British person say a funny quip about their biscuits. So yeah, that's been my background watching material. I don't know why my VTuber is reading that is sad. I'm very much smiling. What are you doing, VTuber? Don't make me recalibrate you in the middle of the gosh dang stream. Sweet, sweet. Go. Alright. Alrighty. Yeah. Pop that in. Pop that in right there. That's not following the form good. That's following the form bad. There we go. Now it follows the form good. Now I've done it correct and good. Let's shade that right there. That's fine. I feel like this should also be pretty much a highlight. This definitely needs to be a highlight of. Oh, we've got chill Animal Crossing music now. Got God, I haven't visited my Animal Crossing island in ages. Oh, maybe I should play some Animal Crossing on stream. I know I've been playing Bloodborne, but maybe I should play some Animal Crossing. Oh, what would I want to get done? I feel like I can't even show people my island though, because it's so bad. It's still decorated for Halloween. And at this point I'm like, I think I'm just gonna leave it up. I'm just gonna leave it up and decorate it for Halloween. I did all that work of building a graveyard, and now I want to keep it. I have no idea what I'd even want the aesthetic of my island to be, or what I'd want my goals to be. Oh, goodness. Oh shit, I had all that stuff worked out for getting a blue rose, and I just haven't touched it. I should at least be going back to try to keep getting my blue rose. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? I set all that up, and then I'm not even doing it. Wow, my poor Animal Crossing island. Let's not think about how lonely my villagers are. Probably just like, God, you moved away. Oh God, if I come back and one of my 2 starter villagers moved out. Because I still have my starting villagers, Flo and Rory, the muscle lion. And I love them so much. They're such good villagers. They kind of like grew on me, because like Rory is the one who's always like, oh yeah, go get him. Go get him, tiger. Haha, get it? Because he's a lion. And yeah. And then Flo is just the one that she's all chill. She goes with the flow. Also, she's a... Oh my god, she's a penguin. It's named after an ice floe. Oh, I just got the joke. Oh, I just got the joke. Wow. Oh god, that took me far longer than I'd like to admit. I've had Animal Crossing since the release. Oh goodness. Goodness gravy. Well, that's awkward. That's certainly awkward, me just suddenly getting an Animal Crossing villager pun. Like, I got Rory, that's like, you know, he's a lion, he roars. Haha, that's the pun. But I did not realize that, I didn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just because Flo was all chill, so she was like, go with the flow. Wow. Wow, okay. I nailed it. Also, I still have my VTuber set up to look at the camera all the time. I want to fix that. You stop that looking at the camera all the time thing. No. Do a fake gaze. Do a follow head movement. I much prefer if you would do that. Thank you. I like that. Much better. Who hath pingeth me? Oh, Pluto. Pluto's like, I'm so confused. Why did I get a stream reminder? And I'm like, Pluto, I always stream Monday mornings. I always stream on Monday mornings. Come on. Get your head in the game, small planet. Oh, goodness. Pluto's delightful. They're one of the lovely, like, internet friends that I have made. I'm like, wow. Wow, this is a person I've never met in real life, but I actually care a whole bunch, which is super cool. Because I really didn't start making any actual internet friends until this year. So, very pleasant surprise. Make an internet friend. Oh, this song is nice. I like this song. Yeah, there There we go. Okay, I've shaded that gem like it's definitely actually a gem and supposed to be there, not I've made a big octagon. There we go, just to add in more tasty details, the shading. Yeah. Alright, we just gotta get the legs, and then the first pass of shading is done on this character, and that'll be super sweet. That means I will have it done. Oh. Oh, I have a typo. Oh. Oh, there is a typo. I'm a fool. That's weird that there was a typo in it. Apparently the stream alert that went out today had a typo in it, even though it looks like my go live notification does not have a typo. So that's really wacky. But I accept that that's just how it's going to be, apparently. Oh well. Oh well, that's how it goes. Get some hydration going. Alright, I keep stalling to work on these pants. Let's not stall working on these pants. It's some pants. I'm going to get them done. Oh, that's not smart on my end. No. Oh, that's not connected properly. That's not connected properly. There we go. Now this there. Just thinking big broad strokes so that you feel good. You get a whole bunch done. That's how you do it. Alright. And this obviously needs to be shaded. That done. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright. Cool. Alright. Alright, awesome. I'm not wanting this jazz. No more head empty Nintendo music. Oh, we're listening to Goblin Space Alchemy. Oh, of course we're listening to Goblin Space Alchemy. Oh, this song is delightful. Oh, I didn't want to move that whole thing. Oh, the timing for the silly music coming in as I just moved the whole shading layer by accident. It's excellent. Oh, goodness gravy. Anyway, I got really excited about this song because it's one that my partner wrote for our one D&D campaign. One of our friends runs a Spelljammer D&D campaign, which is super fun, and we've been playing it for a little while. We haven't picked it back up for the summer yet because our DM is just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff and hasn't had a chance to prep at all, which sucks, but is how it goes. Yeah, and my partner just made a whole bunch of, like, he made a whole album for the D&D campaign. He made some boss themes, he made a theme for each of the player characters. Super cool. And this one is for the NPC 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐿, who is a goblin alchemist that travels with us. And it's so lovely. The little, like, audio clip at the beginning is actually the DM, like, doing Icky's voice. So, yeah. Oh, now we're getting some sweet chill hop Zelda. I love me some chill hop Zelda. Really good. It's probably, like, my favorite lo-fi mix. I like the cooking theme the best, like the chill hop cooking remix. I think that's the Fairy Fountains theme? Yeah, I think that's the Fairy Fountains theme. Yeah. That's my favorite from all the mixes. But this one is also pretty good. Wait, this sounds like it's actually the Fairy Fountains theme. Shoot, no! No, this isn't it! What is the one with the cooking? I like the one with the Breath of the Wild cooking sounds. Oh well. That's how it goes. I can't identify my tunes clearly. Okay. Let's sit down and out a little bit further. I feel like this should come out to here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, I didn't put the big old cast shadow from the coat on. That's what's seeming weird. Something's not right here. Because we're missing the big old cast shadow from the coat. Feel like I'm missing something. Shading here. I cannot hold it for the life of me. So let's just go like this. I need to do more shading studies. Go this, and then we'll work this. Yeah. Yeah. That in right there? Is that where that goes? Sneak this in right over here. God, it's so hard to tell where I should be shading these things. Oh goodness, I want to like just cheat and edge light it. Which I know I could, but I also know that I shouldn't just cheat and edge light it. But I want to. So badly. What if I just edge light all of it? No one has to know. No one has to know what the actual lighting would have been. But I can't just cheat and edge light it because I need all of these to be consistently lit since they're getting collaged together. So they need to be lit from the top. Oh, goodness. Goodness gravy. This is the song. This is the song I was just talking about that I love. Okay. There we go. I'm back. I just yoked my stylus onto the floor. Okie dokie, I want to finish this. I'm gonna finish these feet. Finish these feet up. And then I am going to take a quick intermission. I should get myself like a countdown timer to decide how long intermissions are gonna be. That's actually really good. I'm gonna write that down. over here. Stylus. I need that intermission timer. Give it to me. Going to take it. There we go. Okay. There we go. I've written down to give myself an intermission timer. That way anybody who does show up during the intermission isn't totally confused. They're like, oh, how soon are you gonna be right back? Really funny thing looking at this shoes. I remember my professor in VizDev always complains about people drawing like super boxy toes, and I'm like, no. No, I love drawing big boxy toes on my shoes. And I am 100% going to blame Kingdom Hearts for that. Because it's just, you know, I like the way they stylize the shoes. They're big dumb clown shoes, but I do like it. Very nice. So, yeah, that's what that is. Alright. Alright, we've got shoes. Oh! Oh, I didn't do this entire edge right here. I am a fool. A fool is me. 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐵, I absolutely love Kingdom Hearts. Also, your model is adorable. Aw, yay! Thank you so much. I only know like a little peripheral bit about Kingdom Hearts. I've played like the beginning of 2 and a good chunk of 358 days, but it never really stuck with me. But yeah, thank you so much for following 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐵. Do you have a nickname that you want to go by? And it's super cool to see you. And also, oh gosh, thank you about the model. I feel bad because I'm gonna be changing it to a newer model soon that better like reflects how I want to kind of represent myself on the internet, because I made this when I wasn't really sure at all. But yay, I guarantee the new model will also be adorable. I'm still in the process of making it myself, doing all the textures and whatnot. So yay! 𝐾𝐢𝐬 is fine. Oh, that is so exciting. I'm also waiting for my model to be completed. Yay! Oh goodness, that's gonna be really cool, but also really confusing because I have another friend that watches the stream that also goes by 𝐾𝐢𝐬. So I'll try to be like 𝐾𝐢𝐬 or say it quick. Oh goodness. 𝐾𝐢𝐬 Design, I'm so sorry if I confuse you. That's so cool that you're waiting for your model to be done. Yay! Can I ask what kind of model it's gonna be? Like 2D or any particular theme? Or are you gonna keep it a secret? Save it for a reveal, which is totally fair. Because I know this model here that I made is kind of like, I imported some stuff on Booth, I made the hair myself, but I imported the horns because I didn't understand how to make accessories. And then I imported the outfit on Booth. But the one that I'm currently making is going to be 100% from scratch in 𝐕𝑟𝑜ID from myself. Because I don't have the money to pay for 2D, live 2D, so I'm stuck with a 3D VTuber. That's what I can make, because it's free. I don't know if I needed to light this all the way down, but we're gonna light this all the way down, so. I really probably didn't need to light this all the way, but that's my life. This is what we're doing with it. Oh, let's not zoom in right there. That's not what I signed up for. Oh, this tune is a bop. Haha, my name is 𝐾𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐿 and I'm a 2D penguin girl from Pluto. That is so awesome! Ah! Oh my goodness. Oh, I keep having people show up on stream today that I want to introduce to other people who are usually here. Because one of my friends, my only mod, because they're usually here pretty often, and I talk to them all the time, is literally called Pluto. Live 2D is free for 45 days after you install it. If you can manage to buckle down and finish it quickly, then you might be able to get a 2D one. That's true. That is true. I just don't trust myself to be able to do it. Because, like, these are actually commissions that I've been taking forever on because of having school. But it is the summer. I just don't know, because Art Fight starts next month and I want to do Art Fight attacks. I'm like, oh man, I gotta do commissions to pay the bills. I definitely thought about trying to grind it out, and I might still try at some point in the future. Yeah. It is so awesome. I can really hope you get to do it then. Yeah. Yeah. I think what I'd probably want to do is, like, see if I can figure out all the parts for the model to, like, make all the layers and do all the art before I even download it and start the trial, so that all I have to do is rig it. That would be my way around it, I think. Okie dokie. So this is first pass of this is all shaded. Hey. Hey. No. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I keep thinking it's all shaded, but it's not. I'm a fool. There we go. You'll keep your fingers crossed for me? Aw, thank you so much. Alright. So I'm going to take, like, a really quick intermission so that I can get up and stretch and go to the bathroom. DMing Dutchman? Hey Daisy, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Oh man, you're all showing up right when I'm gonna take a quick intermission. I swear, I'll keep it really quick. I'm doing super good, and because I know there's stream delay, you let me know how you're doing, Dutchman, because it's super cool to see you. Yay! I'll see you right when I come back, Utachi. And over to intermission, and I'll turn my VTuber off for a moment, and I'll be right back as quick as I can. Ooh. Alright. Let me turn that back on. Okay, cool. I wanted to save you all from seeing my VTuber like freak out as I got up and walked away. Okay, let's see. Okay, I didn't miss any real big chat messages. Dutchman, you're fine? Cool, cool. Good to hear that you're doing good. I'm sorry I missed 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜 Design's pajama stream last Thursday. I was in a mad antisocial mood. And I'm like, I want to be there and participate, but I'm also just not in a social mood whatsoever. I wasn't sure if you popped in for that. If you were there, I hope it went really well and y'all had fun. But, yeah, how was your weekend? How have you been? Nice to see you here. Back to streaming. Heck yeah. Alrighty. Heck yeah. Alright, what do I need to do next? I need to remember to put the frigging blush on this character every gosh dang time. I always forget to do the blush. Give me the brush, and give me the soft brush, and make it a big soft brush. Here we go. This is set to multiply, so I'm gonna have to look at the opacity of it. And turn down the smoothing. Oh goodness, I don't need no smoothing up in here. What kind of person do you think I am? Someone who can't draw straight lines? That's correct, I can't. I can't draw straight lines when I'm not warmed up at all. Knuckles in. I don't know why I like to put blush on the knuckles. I just do. It's just like my favorite thing. Alrighty. Also, I don't know if, do people want to see my new VTuber design? Because that sketch is totally done and I could open it up and show people. I don't have it totally done in VRroid. I'm still in the process of, I need to finish making the clothes. I've blocked in the basic clothing so that if I do decide to work on it on stream, I don't have like totally naked model. And I put the horns in and finish the face. Yes, folks want to see my my VTuber? Alrighty. I think I teased you a little bit with it. Welcome back. Thank you for the welcome back. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, so I have the sketches done, and I will start up VRroid so I can show y'all what I'm doing with it. I gotta open up Steam, so if the stream lags for a bit, it's because I'm opening up Steam so I can open VRroid. But yeah, here's the design for the new VTuber. I'm very lazy and I know what I'm talking about, so I kept it to just a sketch. I will be putting the coat in the finished one. Your art style reminds me of Treasure Planet. First, I just grabbed some water while you were away. Yeah, oh god, I still need to watch Treasure Planet. I really, really want to. Oh my goodness, I want to watch Treasure Planet. But that's super cool, because I've heard good things about Treasure Planet, so that makes me happy. Also, since I'm an animator outside of that and going to school for animation, I'm like, yes, it looks like the good one. Yeah. So still a cute demon. I wanted to make sure I made them non-binary. I also try to support fellow VTubers. OMG, she gives me Teen Titans vibes and I'm obsessed. She looks so adorable. Yes! Teen Titans is so good. Yes, I really couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, so I actually messed around in a bunch of pick crews. I can try to track down which ones they are if anybody wants to play them. And then this one's actually my drawing when I was trying to figure out. I was trying to do like self-portraits that I actually liked and cared about, and every time I did it and I tried to actually draw what I look like, I hated it. But I like it if I give myself elf ears and horns. To you say you're non-binary? I truly apologize. I didn't say it on chat. It's a newer experience for me. But yeah. That's actually part of why I wanted to change the VTuber out too, so that they were a lot more androgynous. But yeah, you're all good. I don't walk around telling people a whole bunch. So yeah, you're totally fine. But yeah. I'm trying to think. So yeah, I messed around and I was like, I like the short hair. I like the demon horns. I like the sharp teeth. I don't know what the hell was going on here with these two. and yeah, and I like star and moon motifs, so I went in and I don't know, the freckles seemed cute. I am asexual and I promise to give you your proper pronouns. Aw, thank you. Yeah, she and they are totally fine for me. So yeah. 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 Heck yeah. Thanks so much. It's been really cool, like, with all the, like, pride support on Twitch, because I live in a pretty conservative area. Ooh boy, that's a train wreck. But I don't wanna like delve into that and get too sad. So, yeah. Thanks so much, 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐿. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh goodness. Yay. Goodness. I'm gonna go melt over here. So, yeah, I don't know. It's VTuber. I'm cutting the coat out because I don't want to model the coat. So I'm just gonna do this with the bare sleeves. Unfortunately, people won't be able to see, like, the cool arm freckles because I don't have a leap motion. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a leap motion. Not a problem at all. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is the new VTuber. Steam is started up, so let me hit 𝐕𝑅oid launch and I'll just show you all the new model. Or I'll show you where I'm at with the new model. So I'm just waiting for that to start up. We'll get there. It's loading. Y'all know 𝐕𝑅oid takes eons to start up. Oh goodness, all of the save as I did when I was just trying to fix things. I'm gonna be silent while I work on a bit of work, but I'll still be here watching. Awesome! Thanks so much! This is where we're at with the new model. The face is pretty much done. I might go in and revise it more later, and I definitely still need to change the texture out on the horns. I started the hair, but you can see I have not finished the hair yet. And oh god, my VTuber's freaking out because I'm running 2 different 3D softwares. And yeah, I've just got the basics of the clothes blocked in. And I actually cheated a little bit on the shoes. Instead of trying to model boots, I've just painted the boots right onto her legs, and I picked shoes that were pre-made in 𝐕𝑅oid that had heels that were tall enough. So, yeah. I'll run through a couple of the expressions. They're pretty stock standard expressions. Sorrow. There's angry. I like how the angry one looks. Already asserting dominance? Hell yeah. This new VTuber is cool as hell. Here's our surprised. I love how cute the surprised one looks. It's so adorable. There's our blink. There's our blink left. And then there's just our mouth shapes. I couldn't figure out how to get actual fangs to work, so I just did, like, the very tiny, like, skin ones. Which are a little weird, but I accept it. Maybe I'll sit down and make that work, but I'm not too worried about it, because it's like, well, she's gonna be, like, that big on the screen most of the time. Already asserting dominance with the T-pose. Oh, goodness, I wanna play now with this, even though it's lagging things out slightly. I'm like, yes, give me the poses. Let's see the poses. Let's see her move. So, yeah, I'm just gonna run through some of them. I don't even have the hair in yet, though, so it's not like there's even any physics on the hair. But, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close this out before I totally break my laptop. Since I'm streaming from a laptop. Who has pinged me? Damn it, Slojo, how dare you send me a meme during the stream. Looks incredible, yay! Thank you so much! Hey, I'm definitely excited to finish this one up, just because I've like really struggled to try to make a Sona for myself online. It's like I don't want to post an actual picture of me. And then I just had trouble working through the concept of, no, if I want to be androgynous demon with horns and pointy teeth and white hair on the internet, I could just do that? And I'm like, what? I can do that? That's magical. That is truly magical. I want to sit down and spend some time coming up with events, but I know something I definitely want to try to have later is costume design contests for them, where the winner of the contest I'll actually model the outfit that they make, and just do some streams with it, which would be super fun to do. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let me put a Gaussian blur upon this layer. Righty. Alrighty. Oh no, I'm slipping into a Scottish accent. Oh no! Draper has a Scottish accent whenever I roleplay as her for D&D. I'm like, oh no. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm hoping I can do that in the future. It's one of those things where I don't want to host a contest if I don't really have people who will enter. So it's something where I'd want to be in a position where I could, like, also offer a cash prize or something, rather than being, like, basically just sign it out for me and I'll make it. I don't want to be a jerk like that. Oh, that's foreground color was not black. I wanted to shade that black. There we go. And we'll get this in. Enough of this Banjo-Kazooie. I don't want this Banjo-Kazooie. No more Banjo-Kazooie. What do we get now? Oh, okay, we're getting the midnight. Getting some jazz going. Alright, here's this. I got tired of only listening to, like, Nintendo music on streams, so I went in and added some new ones. We'll find out whether or not I get a DMCA. If I do, then I guess I'm just gonna go through and remove songs. All that jazz. I know. Normally I'm listening to Nintendo jazz on stream. I don't know how it happens. I do just actually like jazz. Like, it is just really good. My partner has a set of, like, 8 vinyls that is just piano jazz. It's just a bunch of piano jazz, and it's fantastic. Alright, this highlight. Yeah, jazz is fantastic. I didn't, like, understand why people liked it when I was younger, but that's because I was a small dumb baby. That was like, why do people like this saxophone? It's weird. Alright, cut all of that out. Now it's time to add shinies in! Oh, the best part. Jazz is so relaxing and mood setting. That's totally fair. I usually like more upbeat jazz, like more funky swing type of jazz. But relaxing jazz is very good too. I should put piano jazz on while I get work done after the stream. I got out of the habit of doing that. I've also been living off of, like, Nintendo music mixes. And then usually when I'm drawing on my own, it's been, whatchamacallit? Like, Great British Bake Off. Or I've been trying to find, like, stream VODs or Bloodborne lore to listen to. Because I love listening to Bloodborne lore. I love, like, just actually knowing what I'm looking at when I'm going through and playing the game. But I definitely want to get back to listening to stuff. There's a part of me just now that I was almost like, oh, I should watch Infinity Train while I draw, and then I'm like, no. No, I can't watch Infinity Train while I draw, because my partner will fight me if I watch Infinity Train without him. That is the current show that we're watching. It's a lovely little animated series that is, excuse me, written by Alex Hirsch, who I believe... I don't remember what they did on Cartoon Network. I feel like it was either Adventure Time, regular show, or Gravity Falls. That's what it was, but I don't think so. Damn, this saxophone. This saxophone is really killing it. I love this saxophone so much. Understandable? Yeah. Here we go. Do you have a favorite genre of music, Dutchman? Or is it jazz? It can totally just be jazz. I won't judge you if it is. It's really hard for me to pick like one favorite genre. Because I like orchestral, I like jazz, obviously I like classic rock. Oh goodness. But like, synthwave is good. Man, why is music so good? Music's just really cool. I love it so much. I don't know how shiny this coat is, but I'm gonna give it at least a few highlights. Oh yeah, I'm just thinking about this now. I somehow forgot to say it when I had my VTuber pulled up, but I actually redid the color palette of my VTuber so that it went with my stream. Here we go. I like most music styles, but the one I'm listening to most recently is heavy metal. Yeah. I go in weird phases where I like listen to a bunch of metal and then I kind of mellow out and don't listen to as much. But metal is really good. I think I have a couple metal songs in the stream playlist, but I didn't go too ham. I know it's not like the most socially acceptable, but I'm also, now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm like, I should just put the metal in. I should just put the metal in so I can be the cute demon VTuber that listens to metal while I'm drawing. Because I'm like, heck yeah, that's a niche. Should definitely sneak more metal into the playlist. I want to listen to more Apocalyptica because they're like metal, but they have cellos in it. It's fantastic. They're a cello quartet that does metal. It does fit your VTuber theme, yeah! And I like it because I want it to be like... I wanted to have it be a cute demon. I didn't want it to be overtly evil, and also I like to kind of relax and chill on stream. So I was having the conflict of, oh, does it fit the chill stream vibes? And like I have this really relaxing color palette of a bunch of cool colors, but I'm also like, ooh, those guys are amazing. Yes, I'm so glad to hear someone else listens to Apocalyptica. I unfortunately missed it, but during quarantine, they were doing a whole bunch of streams, basically just free concerts. Oh god, I heard this song and I thought it was my alarm. Oh god. I used this as my alarm too much, and I thought this song was my alarm going off. No! This is something that my partner wrote for Spelljammer. And it is the theme song of my character, Tanara, called Destined Path. Yeah. Holy crap, I can't believe we wrote this like a year ago now. Insane. Why did I put shinies on the hands? That's not how skin works. Unless it's sweaty. I was actually going to tell them... I was actually going to see them live if Rona hadn't hit. Oh, that would have been so cool. Oh man, I hope you get to see them live at some point. That would be so awesome. I haven't gotten to go to a lot of live concerts. I've seen Lita Ford live. I might make plans to see Joan Jett live. She's another one of my favorite, like, classic rock people. And obviously there's, like, a bunch of Ren Fair bands that I've just seen on a regular basis, like, every friggin' weekend. Yeah. And I've seen Flowbots live, which that was absolutely awesome to see Flowbots live, because I friggin' love their stuff. It's like, political punk is the best way I can explain it. So yeah. Does Joan Jett and the Blackhearts still perform? I don't know if she still performs, like, under the Blackhearts name, but yeah, she still performs, which is crazy. Like, that whole, like, girl rocker band, while they're not still together, they still perform. Which is so weird. It's also kind of a case of I want to see, like, some of the classic rock artists that I grew up listening to and really liked before they, you know, kick the bucket. Goodness. I would have loved to see a Metallica show back in the day. Oh, God. Their music has, like, changed so much, and I don't listen to their newer stuff. Yeah, it's super cool that they still perform. Like, thank goodness they do. Alright, sweet. That leather is in, that highlight is in. Oh, this! I gotta get this in. Get some highlight on this leather belt. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I think of, like, all, like, the girl classic rockers that I want to see, I would like to see... Oh my goodness, why am I... Pat Benatar. I would like to see Pat Benatar the most. Like, she is my favorite classic rock musician. I have 3 separate vinyls of Pat Benatar's music, because all my favorite songs are just on different vinyls. It's the worst. Why are all my favorites on different albums? But, yeah. Pat Benatar is an absolute favorite. It's like, yeah, I like Joan Jett, and I used to like Joan Jett better when I was younger, but then Pat Benatar, you know? She's so good. She sings Invincible. How could you not love Pat Benatar? And hit me with your best shot. Get some highlights on these buttons. Some highlights on buttons. Oh, I gotta at least get some edge lights on this because I highlighted it earlier. Oopsies. I'm a fool. Alright, that goes there. That gets cut out because obviously that should be shadow. What about Floor Jansen from Nightwish? Do you know her? I've listened to Nightwish. I don't know any of the band members' names. I presume that's the lead singer, right? I do like Nightwish. I kind of, like, I listen to them every now and then. I should listen to them more. Because they're like orchestral metal, and that's really cool too. Go, yes. Yes. Yeah, she's the lead singer? Okay, yeah, cool. Oh yeah, she's got such a pretty voice. Oh man. I love that they basically just have an opera singer. You're planning to see her live as well? Oh my god. That would be so cool. Does she perform on her own, or is it just with Nightwish? Oh man. Yes, I'm almost done with the shading too. Yes. Sweet. Get these boots going. Boots without the fur. And there's absolutely no apple bottom jeans. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Alright. That's in. Okay. It sure is. She's performing with Nightwish. Ooh. And that's gotta be awesome. Duplicate this layer a bunch of times. I can just kind of cheat and grab it. Eyedropper tool. And then we'll delete this layer a bunch of times. Back to color dodge. I love me a color dodge layer. Alright, and then we get the big old soft brush back. And this is where the magic happens. You go, oh, Daisy has shaded it, indeed. Did I forget to color Mel's line art? I think I forgot to color Mel's line art. Let me make sure I have Clip Studio started. Yeah, here we go. This is where it's happening. That should be it. Yeah. That from above. Sweet. I love a color dodge layer so gosh dang. I'm sorry, I'm just waxing poetic about color dodge instead of chatting. Oh god, we got more Nintendo music in. Wow. Wow, the Nintendo music is really here to call me a clown for waxing poetic about color dodge, huh? Oh well, that's fine. It's fine, that's the vibe. I feel like I definitely want to add more metal music to the stream, but also I love it when just this sort of nonsense comes on. It's really funny. Just, it makes me giggle. Oh, I didn't want to zoom in that far. Excuse me, Photoshop. Excuse me, let's zoom out now, please. Oh, this is right, this hits right in my childhood. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. See, this is why I can't just be metal music on stream. This is Coconut Mall. Oh, yes. I can't believe I didn't recognize Coconut Mall right away. Oh, man. I want to see if there's a way that I can do net play on Dolphin to be able to play, like, Coconut Mall. It would be so much fun. What about metal covers from Nintendo Music? Ooh. Ooh, that would be really good. I would need to track those down and probably ask the artists individually. It's like, you know, obviously like this, I didn't go and ask Nintendo, but I definitely should add that to the list. Find metal covers of Nintendo music and ask if I can use them. Nintendo metal covers. Sweet! Sweet. All the random sound effects keep making me think they're stream sound effects. And I'm like, why? Why? All my stream sound effects are Zelda. Except for, like, the follow one. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, it's 10:43 already? Holy crap, I've only got like 15 minutes left in the stream. Oh my god. That went by so fast. At least I know I can get one complete set of shading done. Oh my god. So fast. Why did you go so quick? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the Wii shop. Oh my god, I can't believe it's the Wii shop. I love the Wii shop music, it's so good. Oh goodness. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. This is truly a good playlist. Time flies when you're having fun, right? I know! Again, that's part of why I stream. It's fun. It's fun to chat with y'all. It makes it much easier for me to sit down and, like, work on commissions when I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'll be chatting with people on stream while I do it. Because, oh my goodness, I have, you know, the executive dysfunction everyone else experienced at the beginning of quarantine? I'm finally experiencing that? It's the worst. So I'm like, no, it's summer! I have time! Did I put a lot of sparkles in? No, I just put 2 sparkles in there. Let me get some nice real highlights on that sword. Have to. Shading shiny stuff is fun. I love shading shiny things. It definitely makes things more enjoyable when you have people to talk to. Yeah! Yeah, definitely. I know that's the thing with like Twitch streaming of, oh, it's your job to entertain the audience, so you should make sure that you have stuff to talk about. But it's also so much more fun to talk to y'all and like see what y'all want to talk about. Heck yeah. While I'm thinking about it, are y'all up for a raid, or do y'all have like stuff to do? Because if y'all have stuff to do, then I'm not gonna worry about raiding, because I know I'm probably not gonna be able to hang out too much because I had a baby breakfast. Was not filling enough. But if y'all do want to raid, then I can take a peek and see if anybody I follow is streaming, or if you have suggestions of someone from the same category who's also doing art. I can love to raid them. Make new Twitch friends. You gotta dare me into it before I like scare myself off though and be like, oh no, I'm an itty bitty streamer, I can't raid with only like 2 people. I'm like, no, you have to see. But also, yeah, if y'all have shit to do and you don't feel like hanging out in other streams, I'm not gonna worry about it. Hell yeah, we got those highlights done. Oh, I didn't get these highlights done. I must get these highlights done. Heck yeah. Okay, sweet. Let's get Paint opened up. Yeah, be brave, raid someone. It's scary. It's scary to raid people. But I guess if y'all demand that I be brave, I will have to do it. Paint opened up. Paint is opened up. Sweet. Close this in Photoshop. I also don't need this open. I just had it open for me to reference the commission and make sure I keep the style consistent. Alright. Open up that file. Oh god, you can see I went through all of my memes last night for D&D and you can see them in quick access. Okay. This is this one, and I was working on Oz. Get in here. Get in here. I guess I'll open up the tab on Twitch so that I can see about getting a raid started. Okay. It's line art time. Time to color this line art. I think let's run warm color line art? No. Warm color line art does not look good. Well, it looks okay, but it's not. Color liner. How about cool color liner? That makes. Why does it make the white be all weird? I don't know why it makes that blend weirdly. Oh, that's why it. Oh, I'm a fool. Oh, I've made a critical error. Oh no! So I drew all my highlights on my line art. Oh, isn't that magical? Isn't that a magical flaw? Look what I've done! Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Daisy is a fool! Okay. So I guess we're gonna go and redraw my highlights. Oh no! Alright. Time to redraw the highlights. We're just gonna do it really studio. Instead of going totally nuts. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I did that right there on stream. Goodness gravy. Like a wise artist would say, there are no mistakes, only happy little accents. I know, but it makes the line art blend weird if I color it. I could just not be like, no, we're not going to color this line art. But I want to. I must fix the error of my ways. I am a foolish samurai. I'm not a samurai. I just wanted to quote Samurai Jack. Did y'all know that there are Bob Ross streams on Twitch? Like, I didn't know that they streamed old Bob Ross episodes on Twitch. It's kind of magical knowing that. Like, what? I could just do Bob Ross with, like, other people on the internet? That sounded terrible. That sounded terrible. Yeah. I want to tune into one sometime. What if we just rated a Bob Ross stream? That would be really funny. There's literally no reason to, and I've never even tuned into one. But I'm just like, you know what, y'all, go watch Bob Ross. That would be lovely. Alright. I got that coat button. I got the sword. I didn't get these buttons. Oh! Oh, I didn't get these, though. It's this, and this. Yeah, there we go. And, oh, I think I missed that the first time. Okay, now. Alright, let me delete this layer. That layer is bad. Merge the selected layers. Alright. Now we'll run the line art. How does color line art? Okay, warm color line art is not bad when I'm not breaking my highlights. Like warm color. How about color? Well, color is pretty cool. I didn't mean to make that pun. I've just made a pun! Oh no! Oh, the error of my ways. And what about neutral color? I like neutral because it still kind of keeps it intact. Gives it a little bit of color. I think I'm gonna go with neutral color line art. Save that. Let's go to Studio and Photoshop whenever this is all done. This is gonna take a hot minute to save because it has to convert back to a PSD file. And close Clip Studio. Photoshop. I said close Clip Studio. There we go. Okie dokie. And now our final touches can go in there. I can't believe how much, like, random finishing nonsense I do. Unlock that for a hot second. Sweet. Then we need a levels adjustment. Auto levels. I don't like that. I don't like that being brighter. It's a little weird. I'm gonna put my midtones back. I am going to raise the contrast there. Now let's get a gradient map in. Yeah. Oh, this is horrifying. And purples. This is kind of my default gradient map. Overlay. Soft light's good. Then we turn that down. Look at that. All my colors perfectly harmonious. Definitely work together 100% of the time. I know it's such a ridiculously slight adjustment, but I like it. Alright. Save this, and then we'll export it, and I will start poking around for a lovely little rain target. Export as. Make sure the folder for Oz has a sketch folder. I think this is the line art. This is the line art. So I don't break the layout. Free. Sweet. Export. Select folder. Put it there. Put the file right there. And going. We're going. We're loading. Exporting the file. Transforming. And we are exported. Yes. There we go. So let's close out Photoshop. Let's go to stream ending. Here we are. I'll lower my drawing tab a little bit so it's a little bit easier for me to type. So, thank you a whole bunch to everyone who tuned in. Thank you a bunch to my Patreon supporters. And I will be back on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to work on my thesis. So yeah. Oh, Victoria's Doodles is live. So I think we're going to raid Victoria's Doodles. Let me mute the site so that I don't have it coming up on stream for you, but that way I can get the ad through and see it with y'all. So it was a stream. It was a fun stream. Thanks for entertaining the stream. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad I could entertain y'all. That is super cool to hear. So we are definitely gonna raid Victoria's Doodles because she is so sweet. She is a lovely artist. I loved hanging out in her stream. I think she has a children's book that she's worked on, so if you do like a special redeem, you can go and like get her to show off pages for it. And we're gonna set up the Daisy raid. I'm going to type the message in chat so y'all can get some hype going, because I never remember to actually give y'all a raid message. So this will be the raid message. Y'all can go ahead and copy paste that if you want to add more emojis to it or anything. We can totally do that. And yeah, so go ahead and copy paste that, and when you get into chat, go ahead and we'll just yell Daisy raid. So let's go in and hit raid channel. It'll be time. It'll be time to go and hang out. Let's get ready. Get ready to go hang out. Alright, all three of y'all are already raid. I'm gonna hit raid now, and let's get ready to go. Raid now.